Oh yeah, that's a good way to come back in.
I still laugh at that picture every time. Just the.
Okay, so among that picture and like a couple of other ones, there's a lot of pictures out me making weird ass what the fuck faces. I don't know if I have like a rubber face or something like that, but apparently this is why I have to be very careful about my face because of the shit that gets said without saying anything. And when I'm wearing a mask, I'm still making fucking faces. So
just the eyebrows going.
Oh, the eyebrows, the eyes, and if you can see my whole face, I'm like, yeah, no. There are no peer-like qualities here.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to our mid-season campfire. We're just gonna talk about a lot of the stuff that we've had throughout the show and reminisce about some of our favorite memories and some of our favorite nights that we had on, and try to talk to you viewers if anybody is here.
Yeah, pretty much just trying. We're trying to get. We're wanting to interact more with our audience, and we've been noticing with the past couple of shows, we see comments come by, we see questions come by, and we don't get to them immediately. And we're noticing that at the end of all of these broadcasts, we get like Sergio. I see you every single time you pop up, and I'm like, I want to recognize that person because you're always here, and we fucking appreciate the hell out of you, bro. But it's we can't interrupt the person when they're going on and on.
Effin, the swearing banner, if you could please.
See, this is why when there's a script, Jesus. I'm less likely to cuss. When I'm off the cuff, I'm going to cuss a lot more. You. I'm glittery.
Grayson Such says, "Hey guys."
Grayson
is awesome. There's that too.
Grayson is one of our Westies here. It's not Hawthorne, it's Hawthor. So, like, again, this we're hoping that this way, when we start getting nights in, we can just sit and talk because we have such good conversations off the broadcast where we're actually able. We talked some in-depth stuff. Remember the last time with Bria? Holy crap! That was fucking 2 hours afterwards.
Holy shit! Despite
love you too, sir. Buddy.
Fuck you,
No, Sergio's one of the old cats of Glenaban who is very wise and really knows a lot more than most people because he's been around a lot.
That's fucking awesome that we have him in then.
Okay, I just gotta say, Dana, she's in the other room right now, and I see she's commenting. I gotta say though, anytime before or after the show, specifically after the show, when we're all done and we're sitting here just chit-chatting with the Knights, she is like grabbing my earpiece and then taking off.
Yeah.
Because she wants to hear every little tidbit that they give us, and they give us some of the best information after the camera is done, and we have to capture those moments more. I really wish we could.
And
yes, Sergio, you're old.
No, he just started like, yeah, he's been playing longer than most people have been alive in the SCA. So not most, but
see, but that's exactly what I mean about her wanting to listen in on that. I don't mind the scripts. I don't mind the questions that we ask, and then like halfway through we start getting in the audience questions. But why not just this? We're supposed to be making nights not scary. We're supposed to be making them approachable. You're not going to walk up to a night and go, here's my list of questions I have for you. Talk to me like that. We want them to actually be interacting. We want to talk with them normally. We want to get to know their personalities. And I think this way we might be able to do that more. And that we're testing this out. So you guys in the audience are kind of like our guinea pigs for tonight. Good luck.
No pressure.
You said not as
all on you, Serge.
Bear killer.
Bear
AKA
killer.
President of the bod, cool kid stuff.
Where's my shoe?
Where'd Annora's on a tangent.
It's not the cat. It's not the kid. So, but yeah, now we need to figure out, like, the problem is, like, now that we've explained our spiel, we now need to figure out something we need to talk about for right now. And I kind of think nasty peer fear. I personally don't have a peer fear.
Well,
I don't know if other people
Hold on,
do.
we got to change something. It's because
No,
of
no, 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 no. We're not having this fight. No, no, fuck
Do
you. No.
it. Do
computer
it,
pros.
No,
do
I
it,
swear to
do
God, I
it.
will put your age in your name. I have the power as well. I will put your name. I will put 16-year-old Effin.
I'm old enough to drink.
I swear to God, we will play this game and you will lose. I don't use I do not use my title because for me, I don't feel like I earned it. I've been a Viscountess. I've been a Countess. I call myself the dandelion in the rose field because while I might not be a rose, I can be useful, but most of the time I'm just a cool weed, just sitting there.
Hold on. My
That's how I
computer
consider
froze, so
myself.
you're lucky, Annora.
Oh my gosh.
Probably. When you knew the peers as kids or newbies, it's hard to be afraid. That's a
Give me
valid
1
point.
second. Oh, shit. Fuck.
So Effin's having some technical difficulties. He keeps freezing.
So,
is it frozen?
So just as a bit of an anecdote, I went to we went down to Billings and Bronzetown to have a practice, and this was the first moment that I finally was like, I don't have peer fear anymore. It's so amazing. Duke Damon, who is like one of the best fighters I'd say at least in our kingdom of Artemisia. But definitely in our area, like great fighter. He's super knowledgeable. He's got the weird googly arm moves that he does weird shots and he gets you with stuff you never thought he would do. But after practice, I walked up to him and I was like, hey Damon, what's this gossip? And he's like, oh my God, let me talk to you about this. And I was like, yay. So at that point, I was just like, oh, yeah, okay. He's just a normal guy. I'm excited now. I can actually just talk to him. So I was able to, just talk to him like a normal person. I had no problems whatsoever.
You're fine. So were you afraid of him before? Were you intimidated by him before?
Oh, absolutely.
This conversation?
I have been terrified of Damon ever since I started fighting him. And because you come up to fight him and he just jumps into your space and throws shots and you're just like, oh, I'm gonna die.
So as a fighter, you're intimidated by his fighting style versus being
100%.
intimidated by his titles.
Of course, you're
Yeah, mostly. And that
I
just
swear to God, Effin, every single time I am going to hit you out of armor when I see you next week. I swear to God, I'm going to meet you in the airport and it's just going to be a whack upside the head. It's going to be just a biff. I swear to God, I'm just marking them down, bro. And Sergio's, and I apologize if I don't know your SCA name, Sergio, and I apologize. I only know you by
Sergio.
Facebook. Oh, bitchin'. The thing is that we are normal outside of the SCA as well. And yes, we are normal outside the SCA. You could have any job outside the SCA and then you come in and you are a king. That's the cool thing about our world. But we give the respect that I think we need to give the respect that we are also given as well. But that's just me.
Yeah. No, he's always been super intimidating just because I've always idolized him as just a genuinely badass fighter. And it's just like, I don't know what to say when I talk to him. And that was the first time I was like, damn, if I'm not going to ask about some gossip. And then finally he just, he was able to open up a little bit and I'm like, finally got my in. So, but
no, and you broke that barrier of it being
exactly
kind of nerve wracking. And I think that needs to happen more often is like and sometimes people just aren't approachable. There are some nights here, like in the West, that we don't necessarily warn others, but they'll be like, is that guy just standoffish? Yes, he's just very shy. But if you go and ask him about fighting, he will talk your ear off for the rest of the day. But if you walk up and you ask him, so how's the weather? He is literally going to look at you and then walk away. Because that's not the kind of conversation he has.
Yeah. I was young and dumb when I started in the SCA. So not that I'm not still.
Now you're just older and dumb.
But I didn't understand the peer aspect of the SCA. So I didn't know necessarily what a peer was. I just thought people were people. I just said, fuck it, I'm gonna talk to whoever, And now knowing all this in depth, it's kind of different. But I don't know if I froze there or not.
No, you're fine. You're fine. We'll let you know when you
No, you're
freeze.
still good.
But comment.
But yeah, like what he said, where it's now, I know most of the dukes that you're talking about, but like, is it because are you nervous about fighting them, or are you nervous about just going up to them? That's the question.
Mm-hmm.
You have, they're definitely much better than me now. They're all peers, and I'm not. Oh, see.
So Sergio actually gave Duke Camrick one of his largest lessons, and one day we'll have Sergio on. That way he can tell that story. It's pretty funny. Cam pretty much, he drove a Jeep and then couldn't drive his Jeep because it was a standard and his arm hurt so bad.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. That would be interesting to talk with him. And yeah, I can understand that, Hawthorne. There's something about their demeanor. I don't even, if you don't know that they're a duke, there's still just some way that they walk out, and that's the intimidation factor. That's they just strut out there, and you're like, I've lost this fight, and I didn't even step on the field yet. And it's all a mindset thing. But like, I want to get there one day. I really want to get there one day where I have that confidence when I walk out there. But when you talk to them off the field, oh my God, they're a hoot.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing, is like, I don't know. But it's really hard to scare me. But I have a lot of respect for people. That's the thing, is like, people might consider, like, if I'm timid at all, I'm just being very respectful of them. I swear to God, Effin, if you are that bored, you need to be talking and interacting with the fucking audience and not just playing with your keyboard.
Hey.
I fucking swear.
Look,
I can't even. I'm
not used to being the one talking.
I know that. I'm going to kick you out. God.
I 100% know quite a few stuck-up peers.
Oh yeah.
And like, I don't know if it's because they're peers and I'm not, so they seem stuck up, or if they're peers and I'm not, so they are stuck up towards me, who's not a peer. And it's just those specific peers that are stuck up. And so it's like, I don't know if I perceive them as being stuck up, or if it's like, you know, because I'm not a peer, I'm not on their level, so they kind of look, not necessarily look down on me, but they're looking forward and they don't want to drop eyes, kind of situation. I don't know.
Like they see themselves here, and because you are not a peer, they consider you here.
Yeah, and instead of dropping eyes to look down at me, they go straight. And I don't even pay too much attention to those people. You know, they let them do their show, let them do their thing, let them be all that they can be. Mm-hmm. I'm going to do my thing, and I'm going to talk to the people who want to raise me up.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's what's important for me.
Thankfully, we've never dealt with, I don't notice that a lot of here, but that's why I hope to travel more, because I've heard of this happening in other kingdoms.
Yeah.
But funnily enough, I do have a story, and you guys can tell me no if you don't want to hear it, but it was somebody trying to use a title on me, not knowing who I was. And it was the one time that I've ever used my title on somebody because of that. And I don't think anybody should ever use their title on someone.
No.
Ever.
Because that title don't mean shit. This is a fucking game.
Yeah. Just because of a title doesn't mean, we all pay the same price of coffee the next day when we leave the event. So
we all pay the same price of entry at gate. Well, I don't know if you guys call it gate.
It's troll.
I don't know. Royalty royalty don't pay entry for events. Just saying. You should know that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Correct.
I have been told that when you go to other kingdoms, you should wear your accoutrements to show, like, I should be wearing my cornet when I go to the Gulf, and I'm like,
you should. That way I can be like, hey, everyone, this is my friend Countess Annora.
And then here I am standing in a dress and a fucking county with you in a headlock. Because I think I'm taller than you.
I don't. Yeah, you are.
That's fucked.
I don't know why.
I
don't know why that translated into coochie mouths on my head, in my mind.
Well, that's
Sergio a second ago. Let me see. That's what he commented.
That is exactly what I was thinking, quite honestly. I'm like, you know what? That's one way to get funds into the game, I guess.
Hey, whatever works.
Okay, so here's one. You know, we are in March now, in the middle of March. I know here, at least here in the West, we just started tournament season.
The 7th of March. It's the beginning of March. Let's not play middle. It's the beginning.
Oh, our tournament season, it starts in like September.
Why September?
Because we don't like heat and we live in the devil's crotch.
You guys have I can agree with you guys being in the devil's crotch because you have wet heat. We have dry heat here, which apparently is a different thing. But like ours
we'll
starts.
Out what a wet cold is here in a couple of days, and it's not going to be fun.
Not looking forward to that.
You know what dry cold is?
Dry cold is you go outside and you talk and snow comes out your mouth. But like, so what are your guys' goals coming into this next year? Like, is there something particular that you're working on, something that you're hoping to achieve?
To play.
And you cannot say to win.
No, I just want to play.
The fact that you both went quiet, I swear to God.
No, I said what I said. I mean, before.
Oh, I didn't hear what you said.
Exactly.
No, I wasn't going to say that. I think Effin should definitely elaborate on his to play.
To be able to play, like to be able to go to events. Because looking forward, I don't know what schedules will look like. So
no, that's valid. That's a valid
just
concern.
To be there, at least. I don't know.
Yeah. I think our big thing right now is just trying to build the brand of our little canton that is attached to our barony, because we're kind of seated in a weird place and we're trying to, build up, just the presence of our group. I want to try to go to more practices. I didn't go to like hardly any fucking practices last year. And we've already got a bunch of events lined up that me and Dana are going to go to. Mm-hmm. So I'm not too worried about that. And I've got a great kit. My kit is all set and decked out and everything's fine and buckled and everything. So I don't have an issue with that. Mm-hmm. So if I go someplace, I'm going to be fine fighting. But I really want to try and spread the word and love of the SCA as much as possible throughout my community to try and draw in more people.
That was very, very close to like putting pamphlets in people's doors, Very close.
Oh.
Yeah. Give me 2 minutes.
Asking about your night.
Refill.
Oh, yeah, it's His Excellency Sir Till the Lucky of Artemisia.
He has not been on yet, right?
No. So we were
coming up.
We were having a. Yeah, I think I got him. I'm trying to find him a good pair because he does want to be on, but the guy that I wanted him to be on with, I cannot for the life of me get him to be on because
you can't contact him.
Hilarious. No, yeah, I can't get a hold of him. I've messaged him through Facebook and stuff, but I can't get a hold of him. And pending me like driving 10 hours to go find the guy. I can't grab him, but the guy is freaking funny and I would love to get him on here. But then again, I don't know if it's going to be another, what was that? What was the last one? What was the other really hilarious one that we were going to have on? And he was just super serious the entire time.
James
Holy. Yeah.
Foley and Carson. Yeah, that was weird. Normally they have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm expecting that, and all of a sudden I get super serial.
Kellen is mentioning a Duke Kane. I don't know that person. Are they from a particular place?
Is my hold on. great grand knight. He pretty much the way it's mentioned for Cain is if he is in your lineage, you put a little like pile of dirt because there was dirt, then there was Cain.
That's good.
I mean, historically, that is correct.
Yeah, Sergio, my first night when I started in Trimaris was Duke Kern, and then I moved to Artemisia, and years later I got belted to Sir Till. So,
Wow, an unbelted Duke. Okay, that would be pretty cool.
Nice.
One of those cool
That
kids.
would be pretty awesome.
If we have him on, we have to have him tell the story of how he became a knight. Sorry, is this loud?
Yes, we can hear that. Apparently, your speakers are that good.
Woo.
But
I will mute myself.
I would be down for it. I mean, there's so many knights in this world that we need to be encountering. And that's that. I've loved this show for that reason, is I've met so many freaking knights from other kingdoms that I would probably never meet because I might go to Gulf Wars and they'll stay out on the warfield the whole time and they'll never come in and fight. I think that's been the most fun about this whole show is just meeting all of these people. I get to show off my kingdom's knights all the time. Everybody seems to know them. But John, with your situation with Tillard? Till. I think you need there's got to be avenues that you can get a hold of this dude. Like talk to other knights and like just go down the list of, do you know his number? Do you know this person's contact? Do you know this person's contact?
Well, I think I've got another knight that I can pair with Till. And I think because it's funny because Till was the first Baron of the Barony of Bronzehelm. And the other knight that I have that I'm going to pull on with him is the second Baron of the Barony of Bronzehelm. So I think that would be pretty good. And he was actually knighted when I first moved to Montana almost 7 years ago. So I think it would be really good. They were knighted around the same time. And it's Sir Killian. And I think having Killian on here would be pretty freaking awesome because he's pretty funny too.
Killian sounds really familiar.
But there's a lot of people named Killian.
Yeah, and that's the other problem.
Yeah, there's a lot of people named Killian.
Yeah, there's a Killian who has the keys to Glenavon. Fun fact.
Yeah. But the guy that I'm talking about, his name is Sir Hrothgar. Out of something. Oh,
that was very well
Dana,
done.
where is Hrothgar out of? Where's Fluffy out of? Everybody calls him Fluffy. Really huge dude and just a beast with a stick. Oh gosh, where's he out of? Dana,
yes, Sergio, watching? I am going to war. That Effin convinced me to go to Gulf Wars. Actually, honestly, the whole show did convince me to go to Gulf Wars.
Southern Montana. But getting a hold of the guy is a pain in the butt.
Yeah, there's got to be avenues that we can do.
Yeah. I'll get him on and I'll get him with another person, but for right now I really want to get Till on and I think Killian would be a great pair. Mm-hmm. But you asked the question, what about you? What is your goal for this year?
Your Excellency.
Annora.
Swear to God. Honestly, it's franchise. Mine is franchise this year. I have been dying to. I finally do have the surcoat that I want, but I want to do a little bit more embellishment to it. I have the shield. I've got the helm finally. I want to find good arm. My next goal is to find blackened arms that I like. And then my heavy kit will be complete. I have a silk banner that I want to paint so I can actually have something to process in with. And of course, my ass, I can't do anything, just black, just a couple of things and then my device. Now I have to go. This is going to be the most worst headache. But honestly, that's just it. Is like, of course, I want to improve some fighting issues that I've been having. But my God, those are going to take for fucking ever. But franchise is something I'm really hoping to work on this year. And honestly, just meet more people.
2 weeks or a week.
What's that?
So you'll have a head start in about a week. Franchise.
We have Fluffy's contact.
Yeah, that's Gwen and Misha. If you need, I can put you in contact with them, but they are out of the West here in Southern Isles is not the correct term.
And he shall laugh. Really
Silver Desert,
all the way across the field.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, like that's the number one thing you can tell. Like Fluffy laughs, and you can hear it across the field.
And he's from what kingdom?
He's Artemisia.
Okay.
It's Gellis for you, pretty much. You walk on site, you listen, you'll hear a cackle, and you'll look.
I'm really glad that that's me in our kingdom. I hate it.
We got in trouble at a crown tournament because it was me, Sean, Fluffy, I think Loki, and a couple other guys were outside and they were doing something inside during court. And I guess we were being a little too loud because I was telling a joke and everybody was laughing at it really freaking loud. And then somebody comes out and grabs the doors and closes them. And I was like, I think I messed up a little bit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's when you're like,
question.
Loud.
Oh, we got a question.
Would you consider this show franchising? Ooh, your girl always has good questions. Every single time she has some great questions.
She never stops asking questions.
I love that.
It is not necessarily, as we put sometimes, an SCA show, but
yeah,
a lot of SCA people watch, so it's kind of a weird mix-up of, okay, are we going to consider this franchising? We're technically getting ourselves out there, and people are recognizing us. Because if we go, like, if I went to, like, War of the Phoenix, so, like, if we all did, it would be like, oh, there's those guys off of Ask the Knights, or Guy and Lady, or however, I don't know, political correctness, I'm drunk.
Don't call John that. That's not nice.
Oh, yeah. My bad, John. I apologize.
What are you calling me?
He said guys and girl.
Yeah.
Oh.
A lady.
I identify as a problem.
Right. Identify as a threat. That's
and the solution.
I'm gonna be honest, Effin. If I was to go to Gulf Wars, and this is just a scenario. If I go to Gulf Wars and somebody comes up and goes, "Oh, you're that girl off of Ask the Knights," I am going to shit my pants. Because honestly, I don't do this for the recognition. I do this because it's a fun hangout. I get to talk with some really awesome people in the comments. I get to interview some really cool people across the way in like the chat or like through the camera. I wouldn't consider this franchise. I would honestly consider this more of like a huge privilege because this is what's so much fun about meeting new people. And I'm an extrovert. I love meeting new people. So my introvert husband fucking hates it. Because I'm the one wanting to run around and meet everybody and be like, this is my husband. And he's like, please don't talk to me. So
that's going to be our goal for Gulf Wars, right, Annora?
What?
Just get Heinrich introduced to as many people as we can.
I think that needs to happen. He's going to be running around with His Highness Lachlan. And the two of those guys, they will be so funny. We have to get them drunk because they will be giggling like schoolgirls and like getting into trouble.
There is this thing called the Bob March that I just know who runs it.
Yeah,
you know, I know who like kind of runs the whole gig, and we could make that happen.
I'm right there with you, Sergio. So wait, like the Bob March. So I'm hearing Bob probably incorrectly. Like I'm thinking of something incorrect.
No,
what are you thinking?
So in the computer game that I play, Bob is a newbie. So I'm trying to figure out like what is your guys' terminology of Bob?
Bob is you get a Bob name and it makes you a Bob, which makes you
like a Billy Bob, John Bob, Billy, you know.
Yeah, technically.
Yeah. It just makes you puts everybody on the same. It's like Mardi Gras, pretty much. We just don't put on like masks and costumes, but we get put on the same level. We all have fun and we all enjoy ourselves.
So Sergio would be three-legged Bob because he walks with a cane.
Sergio probably has a Bob name. Sergio,
I would be
what's your
Bob? Effin would be Drunk Bob, kind of that kind of thing.
I need to
or Baby Bob.
cut this down real quick. I'm not an alcoholic.
Effin feels like
That's exactly what an alcoholic would say. That's very sus, Effin.
he has other inhibition. Is that the term? I don't even know what the hell my name would be. He does other things other than drink.
Yeah, he also smokes.
Annora would be Batty Bob. Sunwolf, I fucking love you.
Batty
Yes,
Bob.
there's my name.
No,
Hang
your
on,
name
I gotta
gets
write those
chosen.
down. What's that?
It gets chosen.
It has been chosen. I bet nobody has that name too. Fuck yeah! I am putting
We'll
that
see
on a
what Gellir
shirt.
Comes up with. Hold on.
Is Gellir the one who assigns the names to everybody?
No, but Gellir is Gellir, and he would probably figure something out.
So you have to understand, like, everybody knows me in the West as like a bat fanatic, and it's not like, I swear to God, if you ever want to throw something like at like Batman, I'll kill you, because obviously we are not a DC family, but fruit bats are my jam, and so everything that I own, all my SCA stuff, has a hidden bat on it. Like this guy, where is he? There's my bat.
Oh, okay.
And then this shield. It's not.
I'm just gonna say this: the Flash would beat everybody in Marvel.
Bats.
Well,
Everything has bats.
Technically, no, because Ant-Man could beat everybody in Marvel.
We are not getting into this discussion. This is not the place for that discussion.
I'm just saying, you take off the inhibitor and you can infinitely shrink yourself until you become a singularity.
Like ooze off of the chair from boredom. God, that's such a horrible thing.
Ant-Man is Marvel.
Titans is a good show.
Scarlet Witch would wipe the Flash out. You know, and I got to admit, okay, fuck. Now I'm getting in on this. I'm not. I don't know comic. I don't know comic books, but I'm going off of the Marvel universe, so that's why I don't have
know
much
anything about this. I was just making a joke because I watched The Flash.
That's fair. And then Sergio saying Raven would kill them all. So it's like, I personally think both franchises have the same fucking characters on either side. It's just not the same. Baby.
Oh shit, she's yelling.
No, so the boss is with
Your Excellency.
Why am I not best Batty MC?
Yes, Gina. If you're going to go for it, you and I will hug. Bat friends. Well, so
Gina actually so her real quick. So her device actually has a bat on it, and she taught me the old terminology. The blazing terminology for a bat is called a rear mouse. And when I read it, I thought it said re mouse because, my weird lizard brain was like, what's a re mouse? And she goes, it's a rear mouse. It's a bat. And I'm like,
I like rear mouse though. That's kind of cool. That is fucking cool.
I do too.
Oh God.
Oh, here's a good one from Sergio and Annora.
Are we gonna title stack, guys? Because I don't want to title stack.
Yeah, we can. Just
no. Honestly, I don't have that many titles.
Tell me when you're ready.
You're gonna type it out?
Maybe.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm just I'm a Viscountess and a Countess.
Oh, so you're a Countess.
Oh, really?
Did you say?
You're Viscountess too?
I know. I caught myself. I didn't say just. No, I have been princess and I have been queen. So
you're not a lady.
Oh, appendix ruptured and my gallbladder got yoinked. Oh, I have sympathy pains for you. Ugh, God.
Oh yeah.
Whew. They both count. Ha ha, Sunwolf. Ha
ha. Oh wait. Hold on. Let me. There it is. Oh God.
You almost didn't make that.
Almost. My knees didn't work when I stood up.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't stand up.
Probably not, because then we're gonna see more of that background.
Well, I accidentally deleted the other background.
I noticed. Yeah, you changed your background to that one, which is fine. It's very pretty.
Well, because when I came back, it wasn't registering on my side, so I was. It fucked up.
No, the Viscount in the house is my husband. He's got more of a title than I do, but we don't have a lot of titles here in the West, like, at least from my knowledge. I know in other kingdoms they have like David
war titles and
the dentist. He had like a long title.
Oh, Centurion Magnus.
Yeah, something like that. To my knowledge,
and the Ranger and whatnot.
Like that here in the West.
What's that?
We don't have any like Centurion Magnus titles.
Well, Magnus is his name.
Oh. No, Magnus is going to be the title for a dentist in the SCA. We have decided that. Remind me to say that to him at Go Force.
I will.
Just murder peacocks.
Wraps the shit out of your ribs 4 times in a row. Bro.
And Danger Muppets also true.
Danger Muppets.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm still not sure how she got that title, but that people know her. People definitely know Araya by that one. So,
Danger Muppet?
Yeah, I can't remember. I think it happened when they were raining.
It's because she's always excited and flailing her arms.
Always excited and flailing her arms. Okay. I just do this. That's all I know.
Oh gosh, that reminds me of the movie, Scary Movie, where she's like, "I'm not crazy," and she runs away flailing her arms.
Oh my god, that would be me. That'd be the kind of bullshit that I would be. I'd start walking away talking to myself. Oh, that's another thing. I am autocrating. I am autocrating an event in May, and it's a principality. Awesome. I would love to autocrat a crown one day. But my favorite thing, I would love to handle an event like the very last minute. The autocrat had something happen where they couldn't be an autocrat. I would love to help with that. I would love to take over, not to take over, but like, you know, I like putting out those kind of fires. I've really enjoyed that.
I'll stick to my squire service and just, you know, move thrones and make sure ladies get their stuff to their car and to their.
Go
ahead, John.
Say,
running things probably not a smart idea.
No. We were when we were visiting my knight for that practice, we pulled up some of the older videos because I was actually trying to show off my outfit, and it was the episode with Lady Brialthin, and who was the other knight that was on that episode?
Oh my gosh,
His Grace Camric.
It was Camric. That's right, Sir Camric. William Fitzhughes, right?
Yeah.
The Camric. Yeah. And he made the comment. Are you okay?
He just came and stood over me awkwardly. He was just looking at me like either I was in trouble or I owed him money, and I'm trying to think of either one. Sorry. That was me being distracted. I'm listening.
Are we okay?
Okay, so sorry, Camric.
Okay, so but Camric made the comment that his knight wasn't really around because, you know, stuff happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, he had to franchise himself, so he would go and stand at the beginning of Troll, and he'd be like, "Hey, if you don't have a squire, I'm your pocket squire for today." And Till was sitting right next to me, and he's just like, "Shit, that sounds like a great idea. I should have done that." And I was just like, that is some damn good advice.
Yeah,
and
I really liked that.
That was some damn good advice. If if your knight's not around, pocket squire yourself, because that is franchising and service all in one.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure that's exactly that's Effin's franchising and whatnot right there.
Well, no, he's always around. He just shoves me and volunteers me to do other things.
Volunteer. I didn't volunteer. I was voluntold.
I mean,
Because Gellis is a pelican also, and he was a pelican before he was a knight. So everybody says it's an 80-20 thing, but it's more like a 40-40-20 thing.
You're saying service wise, like
service is
like
40,
pelican is like
fighting is 20, the other stuff 40% instead of a full
franchising 40%.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say franchising per se is 40%, but
I know. I'm thinking of her question. Stand by. Let me ask my other brain. Am I in any other orders other than the rose? Yes, I have an ash leaf.
I like how my wife is the only one asking questions.
Those are the titles you can stack on. Every word
I-
you have is a companion of or something.
So my lovely husband, again, who thinks for me, sounds really bad when I say it out loud. That was actually supposed to be a compliment. I'm sorry.
you did dye your hair blonde.
You know what? I did it once to color it, and I actually looked really good in it, and it freaked me out. I do not need that.
Maybe
It's even worse when it's artificial.
it's natural.
Yeah, it's just hidden. Hypothetically, I am an order of the ash leaf, which is kind of like I think a service award here. I'm a horrible Western herald. I don't. Thank you.
Rose's heart.
Again, this man is why I look smart sometimes. Can you come say that?
So is he the one that proofreads everything for me? Or
Yes.
is that you?
Rose is art, and
Laurel is service.
merit is
Merit.
service. Leaf of merit.
Leaf of merit.
That's the three leaves of the West. Ash
I
leaf,
have those.
rose leaf, leaf of merit.
I have those.
Yeah. So if you look it up, usually they'll say something like, "You can stylize yourself a companion of the ash leaf or companion of the leaf."
I
of
got a
merit."
branch. I'm a
Oh.
tree. That's what I am.
So anytime you see someone that's got a whole bunch of alphabet soup after their name, it's all of those little awards that they put to try to. So.
Oh, I got a branch. Thank you, baby. I am so literally doing that with my Viking bling now. I am going to make one strand that is just all my leaves, and that's going to be my branch. I am so excited for that. Ah,
Sergio's got a hard one here.
what do you guys feel you are most?
Ooh, I like it.
I'm gonna let y'all
Ooh.
answer.
Oh, I know immediately what mine is.
Same.
What do you guys feel you are missing the most to be knighted? No. Get the fuck out.
No! Oh my gosh.
So my husband, who is a knight, says that it is here for me, which you're right. But I think a big part of it is also prowess for me. I want to be a better fighter on the field.
Which could be here. Prowess also comes from here.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hit your face.
Oh,
No, I want to be a better fighter on the field because then I feel like I can protect everybody better. Like for me, that's why I want to be a better fighter as a knight, is because I want to be able to protect people. I feel like honestly, my fighting has improved my hand speed. I feel like I can read people better, like how they stand. If somebody was to come up and threaten me, my family, my friends, anything, I can read their body language and know how they're going to strike. I don't know if it's actually real, but I really feel like that's how fighting has improved my mindset in that case. So I feel like I'll be a better knight by being able to protect those around me. So that's what I know I'm missing. Good question, Sergio.
John?
I know what
Go
Effin
on.
said.
Going off of what she said, when I was working in corrections in law enforcement, one of the things that they told us was like, if you study Brazilian jiu-jitsu or just like jiu-jitsu in general, if you just get to the level of a brown belt, you could beat any person you meet on the street, like hands down. Just get to that level and just, keep up with the basic training and you'll be able to beat anybody hands down. It's like, I bet the level that we are, at least, like starting to peek into that grant level fighting prowess, like anybody that we meet on the street probably will go into the gutter just by the level of experience that we have. Whether it be with a stick or not, I don't know, but So
if I could parry a piece of rattan, I'd be happy as hell.
Oh yeah. So I just think it's interesting that it becomes that instantly. For me, I'd say probably just experience in general and franchising, getting my name out there and having people know who I am. And the unfortunate part about it is here in Artemisia, that's tournaments, and I don't like tournaments.
I understand.
So it's like it's fighting in Crown and just general years of experience. Like I know the moves, I know the shots, I know the styles, I know that, I know how I fight, I know how to bring that to somebody else's fight. I just have to do the years of I have to put in the time to get the helmet experience, and people need to know who I am, and I think that I'm in it.
That's fair.
But yeah, that's it.
I can get that. Effin?
I try so hard to be a good person.
I'm missing everything, not just one thing, and that comes with, in my opinion, time and experience. Literally all of it: humility, getting past my brain, getting past my physical abilities. This is not a good time to be drinking.
I'm not a drinker. But...
Learning when not to drink.
Seriously. And you would have thought I would have learned from somebody. I'm not going to name names, but probably my largest thing would be taking things seriously, not just joking all the time.
I have heard your jokes about court, and I can kind of understand that could possibly get you.
Court doesn't count. Court, I'm never mind. I shall hold my tongue about that.
That's
nothing bad per se, but what I do in court is my business. If the king or queen wants to call me up in court, go ahead. But I shall sit in the back and enjoy myself. And that will be it.
So here's I do see Sergio's question.
What did you think it was, Annora?
What's that?
What did you think it was since you knew?
How do I put my boss?
Age? That's another thing.
No. I know some people who got knighted like at 18 because they were just really good. No, but keeping serious, whatever being serious would be. Hi, babies.
Oh, there's
the child.
Here's the boss. I see Sergio's question, but I want to go off of the knighting question real quick. Because I thought about this the other day. Are you guys nervous about what's going to be there after we get knighted?
Fuck no.
No?
That's just me. I've played this game and I have it. I'm just going to take it as I take life. It's kind of thrown at me. I'm just going to throw back, whether what it is or what it isn't, If it's not what I expected, that is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I need to hold my tongue. It would be... Damn, I can't word things. Go ahead so I can think on this.
It was a thought that came up into my head the other day.
I don't want to over simplify it or exaggerate it is the biggest thing.
That's fair. No, and I can understand that. And Dana's right. It's just another step in the game, not the end all be all. And she's right. And I was thinking about that, and she's absolutely correct. But it was just I'm working up to that, so let's see what's going to happen afterwards. Because I'm the kind of person where I have to think about that. So, but Sergio actually posted a really good question where it's you guys talk a lot about fighting is that the most important part? Camric said you have to be a knight to become a knight, and
Fighting is 20% of the game.
Sure.
When it comes to being a knight, it is nothing compared to the rest of it, in my opinion. You can be, in my opinion, you could live up to every single virtue of a knight and not be able to win a tournament. You don't need to be able to win a tournament. You don't need to be the best war fighter. If you can live up to the expectations of what it means to be chivalrous and a knight, then you should be a knight. Now, you do have to hold your own because it holds you're part of the circle, and that holds a weight to the kingdom. You have to be able to fight for your kingdom. So you do have to have some prowess, but a lot of people think you need to be number one fucking just problem on the field. If you walk on the field, people think you need to be the problem that everybody has, you know. In my opinion, is not true. I think you just need to be somewhat of a threat, and that's it.
That's fair. John?
I know Targon personally. He's an awesome dude. Targon holds every virtue of a knight, and I didn't know him when he got knighted, but he is perfect example of this because he's not the best fighter, but he's not the worst. He's a hell of a fighter.
But he holds all of the other virtues very
100%.
strongly.
Targon is a amazing man, and if I had to point somebody out to be a knight, that's who I'd point out. If I was around people and he was around,
That's fair.
Awesome. Love that dude. He made me cry one time, but that's besides the point. And not through pain, through being a dad and a knight and being disappointed.
I think, John, you kind of touched on it too, where you were saying like you wanted to improve some aspects of your fighting.
Yeah. So like I know that's what primarily that's one of the things that I feel that I definitely need to work on the most is doing that. My biggest thing is franchising, as I said before, and just opportunity, you know. So
yeah, you're in a geographical like
geographically, you know, but within the SCA, I can't change that. I have to change that in my mundane life before I can change that in SCA. And the thing is, I know personally, once I can change that mundanely and I can start committing myself more and more and more, I know I won't have an issue doing that. I know I can commit myself more, going to practices, attending more meetings. I currently hold positions within my canton. So I don't have an issue with committing myself to, you know, holding positions to help with the local groups, trying to pick up slack for, you know, different things, you know, holding events and stuff like that. I mean, before he could fight it all, he was always not. Yeah, exactly. And the same thing, and like what Dana said, the same thing with Till. Till was a squire for 19 years. And he saw all of these guys get knighted before him, and everybody kept making the comment, oh, it should have been you first. It should have been you first, because at practices, it was always Till and somebody else. And then it was Till and somebody else. And then Till's never really been the best fighter. But, you know, in my opinion, he's the best turtle. And he's got some of the best the tightest lefty defense that you've ever seen. And if you want to win that fight, you have to break that shell to get that, you know, to get that kill, and he's going to make you work for it. And damned if he's not going to get in a couple of shots in. But Till definitely embodies everything that, you know, means to be a knight. And the fact that he sat as a squire for 19 years just goes to show that, you know, people look at prowess in the knight circle. That's what catches the eye. But what catches the ear is your service and your franchising and the opportunity to do all these things. So I know that with the opportunity, I know I can commit myself to being a member of whatever, you know, being a full-fledged member of whatever group I'm in. But I have to get my name out there. And with such a huge kingdom and a small populace, that's going to be difficult. So it has to be tournaments. So I have to
Okay.
be a badass in the field. And that's just
That's
what
fair.
it is. Yeah. What about you?
I think fighting is a big part of it,
Mm-hmm.
but I also don't think that you can teach somebody to be a knight, personally.
No, not at all.
That is a
You-
mindset that's already built in.
Exactly.
You can lead by example, but if they don't pick it up, that's their own fault.
Pretty much,
Absolutely.
exactly. And yeah, you're right. Fighting is a pretty big part of it because it is a martial order.
Mm-hmm.
But does that mean that a person has to, be the best, has to win every tournament? I don't know.
Absolutely not. No. Because that would be the other thing is I wouldn't want to enter Crown Tournament to win. I would want to enter Crown Tournament so that they have to fight the best to win it.
Mm-hmm.
Because
No, and that's
honestly,
that's why everybody should.
I don't
enter
think
it.
I'd ever want to be king. Like that sounds like a lot of freaking work, and I just want to hit guys with sticks. That sounds like a lot of sitting and talking.
I don't know. It's pretty awesome to be able to be of service to the kingdom.
I know,
that's-
but I feel me personally, I feel like I could do other things. When Dana's ready to do it, then I'll do it for her. But I swore to my knight because I think that my knight embodies 100% what it means to be king. I swore to my knight that the first time that I fight in Crown, it would be for him and his wife.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly what Sunwolf said, where it's fighting is a huge commitment of time, money, and emotional angst. God,
Mm-hmm.
look at me started.
John Dana says otherwise, by the way.
When she's ready, like I said, when she's ready.
Oh, it's just I'll never forget standing up there and just seeing everybody's faces and just saying, "You are the people. You are the reason we get to play this game." It's not because we're standing up here with these pretty hats and these wooden chairs.
Yeah.
It's because of the populace. The populace, we serve the populace. We wear these crowns because you believe, is what we always say. But
not to play devil's advocate, John, but I agree and disagree with what you said about fighting Crown. This is only because I have experienced an older mindset of Crown list with who I was going to fight for. And you fight Crown to win Crown. That way you come with your best fight, period. As in, be the most chivalrous person on the field. Call every shot that needs to be called that people can give you. But also give everybody the shot that should be called. So don't just if you fight just to fight Crown list and not win, you're doing a disservice to the list itself, if that makes sense. Because if you're not fighting to win, then you're not fighting for the list.
I think everybody who enters a Crown is going to enter to win because they don't want to look a fool on the field.
Yeah.
Well, see, I made the comment that I'm not entering Crown for the purpose of me becoming king. I'm entering Crown so that I can give the best fight that I can.
You're fodder. You're fodder. You're a fight to get to the boss fight.
Yeah, but at the same
level,
time, in that instance, if I'm not trying to make myself king, I would still try to fight to make somebody else. I would want to try and make my knight king because my knight feels that he doesn't know if he would ever be able to make king himself.
Mm-hmm.
So, me personally, I think he embodies everything that it means to be a knight. I think he embodies everything that it means to be a king. And I would want everybody to witness what a great king he would be. So I would want to put him and his wife on the throne.
I remember you mentioning that before, that you wanted to fight and essentially be there fighting. Like, if you were to win, it would be to put those two on the throne, not you. It would be to put them on the throne. And I think that's a really
baseball terms,
cool
you'd be
aspect.
the runner for the batter.
Exactly.
That's a great way to put it. Yes. And I think that's great. I know a lot of people would probably frown against it because it goes against tradition. But I think that's a really...
Not necessarily.
People are cool with it?
Well, I've spoken to a few people and they appreciate the idea, and it would essentially be just petitioning the king and queen, the current sitting king and queen, if they would be okay with it. But what it really comes down to is that, outside of that, and of course getting his permission and his wife's permission to do so, But
Sergio said your wife wants to be queen. Fix your mindset.
Okay, you want me to fight in Crown Tournament this year? This year, you want me to fight in Crown Tournament? And if I win, you have to be queen this year.
Do it.
Yeah, that's kind of what she's saying. I think that's kind of what's happening.
No, she's not ready for that shit. I'm not
See,
ready for that shit.
It's like a
I
child.
think
Nobody's ready to have
anybody
kids.
who enters onto a Crown Tournament list, who steps foot onto that field after having sworn that they will reign as king or queen, need to be prepared. Shit can happen. You could jump at the right time. Lightning strikes the field, knocks everybody
Mhm.
out. You
Everybody
need to be prepared
ate
for that.
bad fish the night before.
Yes. And I hate when people enter very last. In the West, we do not have to sign letters of intent or anything like that. You can enter in. You can literally get there 5 minutes before a list closes and try and enter. And enter. It's happened where like people didn't even know who their consort was. They just grabbed a random person. And it was really terrifying. But then again,
Yeah, what happens if I were to fight in the West and I won?
You'd be fucking.
And like, I could
You'd be it, man. That's it.
hypothetically,
Two
you
events I
only
had to
have
be there for, and that was my
only
separate-
have to attend 3 events. The crown you obviously won. Actually, yeah, I'm sorry. You have to attend your step up, your crown, and your step down. That's it.
Yeah.
Those are the only 3 events you have to go to as a reigning monarch. So we have an open list. Anybody are allowed to fight. If they allowed you to fight. We have an open list, Sergio. It is very rarely closed.
Yeah.
I hate tournaments as well. I don't like tournaments because I don't like being. I feel like everybody's judging me, and I feel like I'm making an ass of myself. But I also know, but because I tell myself you can't do it, that's why I go and fight tournaments. It's on, and we've had this conversation, my consort and I. I don't fight for him. He knows that. I bow to him. I know that I acknowledge that he is my consort. I am literally out there because I told myself you can't do this. So my spite, which is why that is my motto, my spite is what's keeping my ass and making my ass go out there and be like, you can throw up later. Go fight because you said you can't. Then you can figure out what you're going to do. But I do go up to him afterwards.
Effin said he's going after Crown List this go around.
Not anymore, probably.
Oh, why?
Being unemployed and being a crown is very scary. You can do it cheap and you can do it expensive. Oftentimes it's a middle ground, but you have to do a lot of travel if you want to be a good king.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
So
Which
I
is
mean,
why it's not necessarily the unemployment part. It's the when I am employed, because that's not a thing for me. Unemployment is not a thing. I need to be. So it all depends on what job is allowing me to play.
This is true. Especially if you say, for instance, you were to win and then you were to get a new job that following week that does not allow weekends. You're fucked.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not fighting. That's just it. Yeah. That
unfortunately the jobs that work sucks.
Mundane first, game later. Period.
Exactly. Yeah. Mundane pays for it, honestly.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys noticed we're at an hour.
Yeah, I was just gonna wait for you.
What? I wasn't even paying attention. I'm just having so much fun talking to my friends.
I loved being able to finally interact with the audience. Now, how we're going to work this with a pair of knights will be interesting. I kind of wonder too. Maybe it needs to be where we just have one night on. We could possibly have 2 nights, but I don't think an hour is going to be enough.
You just need to have Sergio on. That's it.
You know what? He could be our guinea pig. He could totally be our guinea pig.
You're up, Serge.
Yeah, if that's the only way I'm going to meet this guy, fucking so be it.
Sergio would be a goal for us.
No, I think he said he wasn't going to be.
Sergio, are you going to go for us?
Knights have the best stories. They usually do.
Doesn't respond.
I know. That's when he looked off. No, I think this.
Yeah,
yes.
War. There you go.
I will be. So I get there. Because I'm a very good worker. I don't like taking a lot of time off of work, so I'm literally getting there Wednesday night. Thursday morning, my butt is going straight out to the pickup field, and I'm staying there. I'm not doing any worse scenarios because I want to fight.
With me, yay!
I'm standing with Effin. Is just we're gonna be whenever we're bored, we'll pick fights with each other.
Oh no, you're the first fight I pick.
That's fine. That's totally fine. I not looking forward to that time change.
We're gonna try our hardest to make it out to a Great Western within the next couple of years.
You come to a Great Western, we will put you up.
My biggest problem with it is I fucking hate California.
Same.
So
you want to elaborate on that? Is there a particular thing? Oh no, I hate California as well. California sucks, and Great Western is a really fun event. But the time of year that it happens, it can either be freaking hot or a beautiful event, and oftentimes it's kind of hot. However, you will meet more people from like Aidenveld and Kaid, so you'll get to play with all of those people. You betcha. Yeah, we always take the RV anyways, so we always have our great huge Regent Pavilion that's available. We will have bedding. We will make sure that if you guys come out, you will be taken care of, so you only need to worry about getting there.
Yeah.
Don't you worry. Same thing with you, Effin. I'm serious. My
eventually
biggest
we'll all
goal.
three be at war.
Yes.
And we're all gonna figure out who's
my
the best.
goal. My goal before the pandemic happened and after the birth of our daughter was like, I want to travel more. I want to go and meet all of these knights that I only get to ever hear their names. I want to meet these people. And then the pandemic happened, and then it just became a little bit harder to travel with a 4-year-old because I don't want to stick. Oh, I don't want to stick him at home with her. I feel bad about that. Oh, I'm going to go on an adventure. I'm going to Penzic. Your ass is staying home with the kid. That's not fair.
That's what grandma.
It was pretty fucking terrible. When I did it, I felt really terrible. Leaving Dana home with kids. Yeah,
that's the problem I'm having right now is I go to the practices and he has to stay home with her. Or if he does come to practice, he's following her around and he doesn't get to fight because he's letting me get all the fighting in because I'm the unbelt. So it sucks. Kids are great. Yeah. Kids are great. But it's really hard to travel. There's a reason she's called the boss. Oh, that kid has my personality and his personality combined into one little thing of anger. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, there's a story behind. We actually interviewed Connor's son Malachi. Mm-hmm. Malachi pretty much told the Trimaran Knights like, "Hey, I can beat you." Right before COVID, and then COVID, and the bounty was still kind of out. So Sergio made him a book for when he actually got to fight them. It was pretty cool, pretty neat situation.
Like I fought this guy. How it went?
He kicked my ass. That's probably what he wrote in a lot of them. You know, he's my buddy, but
yeah, you don't do that. It's just not right.
So like my little thing, that's why I made sure my little post wasn't a challenge. It was just a wager and an offer. It was
hey guys, come out and meet that effing tech guy. Well, if I can make you laugh or whatnot.
Oh, I'm sitting back just going, this is going to be really interesting, bro.
Yeah. I have
and
to
everybody's sitting there like
alliterate every person I fight. This is only if I make you laugh during our fights or just conversation. But if I best you once,
changing parameters.
You know, like
Jesus. Ugh. One of the knights happened to be the king of the Trimaris.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it was the king.
Oh, who was that? Which one was that?
I don't know. That was 2019, 2020. It was right before COVID happened. Because like Go Force was going to happen and then boom, everything cut off. Like we actually
who was that?
It got canceled due to everything. And then we had a little fun time and Trollfin and Lafayette and had like 50 people show up.
Yeah, I know Sergio, but who was the king at the time?
I don't remember. It was before COVID, right before COVID.
I know. I'm trying to remember.
I don't know.
All right. Well, we did hit an hour and 10 minutes.
Hey,
That's good for me.
Yeah, I think this was really fun. This was really cool. And Sergio, yes, I will see you next week.
Yeah.
I'm very
and you're
excited.
gonna be on- No, Trimaris of 2019.
oh look, there's somebody I would want to come on the show, Sir Wolf.
Sir
cool
Wolf.
dude. Yeah,
All right. We'll get him in.
yeah, he has really cool shots. I can't wait for you to fight him at Go Force. He's gonna throw
Hells
some
yeah.
stuff and you're gonna be like, "Whoa."
Hi, I'm Annora. I'd like to fight you.
Yeah, yeah, Wolf's a cool dude. Super awesome.
Awesome.
Awesome. Well, so wait, don't we have a show lined up, right?
We
No.
we do,
Oh, yes.
and it's an interesting one.
Maybe if we can get it on the sheet. I don't think we
Oh.
decided the date.
Well, and that's
I thought
unfortunately
it
we've
was
been
2
getting
weeks
so ready
after
for Gulf Wars.
War.
Yeah,
Was it?
that's
Yeah.
the
I
thing.
don't know.
I think we'll come back in April-ish.
Okay.
Are we coming back in Aprilish?
Yeah, just because. Oh my God, this month.
When is
I
Gulf War?
will keep it updated if I can do it.
So cool.
Oh, cool. I
See,
got my
John's already
calendar.
yawning.
Where it'll work around
I
my
know,
schedule.
I'm tired. All right, so I got my calendar. When is Gulf War?
Next week.
Next week? Okay.
The
Do we want to do it?
13th through the 19th.
Okay. Do we want to do it the first full week of April?
Sure. Let's do that.
Okay. We can shoot for that.
Yep. That sounds like a plan.
So, ladies and gentlemen, our and others, our hopefully the first full week of April, we will be having an interesting new episode called Ask the Mod
Yes.
with Master Lion of Artemisia and John Drake of Onstiora, I believe it is Onstiora, right?
Yes.
Yeah, John Drake of Onstiora. Really excited to talk to both of them and get their stances on it. And if you guys have any questions that you want to ask mods, send them in to somebody. And we're probably just going to take a bunch of like night questions and tweak them a little bit.
Probably.
But
That may
I know
change.
Lion personally, so he's a really cool dude. But I'm really excited to meet John Drake. That's everybody loves talking about him. So
Cool.
And then we're looking at possibly doing some other shows. So stay tuned to that, and we'll catch you wonderful people later. And
Thank you so much for being our guinea pigs. Give us some feedback if you liked how this worked. If this was just a little bit too much chatting, if this was just kind of weird, please let us know. This was literally a test of the broadcasting.
All of the
You're
above.
So-
weird.
All righty.
Countess, will the folks survive the zombie apocalypse? That's interesting. That's
Oh,
interesting.
Lord. We're never going to leave.
Oh,
I guess we'll find out.
We need to find that out at the next show.
That would be a good question. Yeah.
Because it's going to be the last question anyways.
Yep. It's always the last question.
Damn right it is. Fuck yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and end this so we don't
All
just
right.
keep talking. Everybody have a really
Fine.
great night. I look forward to seeing everybody at Gulf Wars, and we will see you the first week of April.
Peace out.
Good night, everybody.
We out, bitches.